it wasn't really known that he was kind of snubbing, Nas was snubbing Jay-Z like that. Like we picked up on it. For me, the first time I heard it was a diss was I'm the first rapper to bring a platinum plaque back to the projects. And then my man was telling me, yo, that's a diss to Jay-Z because he said he was the first. And I'm like, I never heard Jay say that, but that's the first time I ever even thought of them going back and forth. And then they never worked together, but they would work with everybody else. So to me, that was always like a, and then Nas being with Wu-Tang, and Wu-Tang wasn't rocking with Big, and then Jay's rocking with Big. But little do you know, Nas and Big are cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're fans, so we don't get to really see all that. It's not like Twitter. There was no social media back then. So what? This starts with really Nas not showing up for the dead presidents thing, right? That's the first time.
Yeah, I guess that was not that president's. Well, yeah, it might have been that president, but I know he was supposed to be on "Can I Live." Jay had to write that second verse. It's one of the few verses that he's actually written, in his career, because Nas was supposed to be on that song.
That's
Yeah,
an ill song.
that was a part of it.
That
What?
that's an ill song to, to miss out on. Damn.
Yeah, "Can I Live."
So then after that, on it was written. I didn't know this till like 5 years ago that the whole TVs and elects the
Yeah,
minimum.
yeah, it was about Jay.
But he's talking about Big on the same song. But I didn't even like. But why was that about Jay-Z?
Because Jay was known to have that Lexus. That Lexus before Jay was a reasonable doubt. Like, I mean, I from inside it, like just being in Brooklyn, like Jay had the two-tone Lexus. He was around Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights. He got around with that Lexus. He brought it out at the Reasonable Doubt 10th anniversary at Radio City. Like it's well known that that was his car, the Lexus, with the TV sets in the headrests. And when Nas said that, if you knew at that time, if you knew insider talk, like yo, that was a shot at Jay.
But so what he's saying is that's the minimum anyway. Like that's nothing, right?
Yeah, nothing. Like yeah, what you're doing is like, all right, I see you, but
Right.
it's the minimum.
So just to explain this for people who might be listening and don't understand, but more than likely you probably are around our age who listen or who are listening to this and you can whatever. I did not know that at that time. I did not at all. That went over my head for for decades.
A lot of people did. Yeah.
So the next time you hear anything between them, because I'm surprised I don't hear Jay-Z going back at him like that. Jay-Z samples him on Reasonable Doubt, on Dead Presidents, obviously. Then on the volume one, he samples him on the not the Too Short song. Sometimes the rap game remind me of the crap game.
Crack gang.
And on volume two, I don't think he really mentioned them. I think that's the only album he doesn't mention them or sample them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. Vibe two, none. And then even on Volume One, especially on Where I'm From, who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay Z, and Nas.
Yes.
Now, I went to the 444 concert, the tour, when Jay came to Barclays. He brings up at the concert, and I'm just being real. It's on YouTube. You can find videos. He said he had no business putting his name with Nas and Big at that time, but he said he just felt like that, like he manifested that, like he just felt like he was that great, and he wanted to put himself in that conversation because he felt like he was that nice, but he said he had no business at that time. He was still building himself up in his career. He says this. Our boy Mel. He was there with me. Like hearing Jay say that, I was like, real. I was like, oh wow, that's some ill shit. But it manifested itself. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, him saying who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, it turned into barbershop talk. It turned into talk in New York City. Like, yo, who's your favorite MC? Dude started bringing up Jay's name just off of that. Like, hearing Volume 1, like, Where I'm From and Streets is Watching. And we now know, like, yo, what Clark Kent was telling Big, like, yo, my man is nice. And Big heard Streets is Watching and played it several times. Like, yo, this dude is is that guy.
So
Big's not jumping on any song with anybody if there's no respect there. You know what I'm saying? So
so
yeah,
just to keep the timeline together, that's volume one. Volume two, he didn't mention them, but by the time volume two
yeah,
comes out, you already had It Was Written where he threw a dart at Jay-Z. The next album after It Was Written was I Am. He throws another shot at Jay-Z. All these other rappers claiming to be New York's king. It's not about that. So he's and that's the same album with
oh
Hate Me Now, when he's saying I'm the first rapper to bring a platinum plaque back to the projects.
yeah.
So now we're starting to be like, yo, there's something between y'all. Because then he just mentioned your name as one of the best MCs. Then volume two comes out, he blows up.
But 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 with that same way, him and Big will spar on records or take shots at each other. I guess Jay felt like, all right, this is rap is competition. I don't think it's that deep. Like it's gonna be some street shit, but I could take jabs. I mean, shit. Jay kind of proclaimed himself to put himself in that conversation on the City on Volume 1, the joint with Blackstreet. What's the
Which is
deal, Playboy? Just rest your soul. I'ma hold it down, yo. Like that whole song, he's
but that's
making his
not
proclaim, and I think Nas felt like, okay, that's 97.
right. But this is what I'm saying. So there is you at the end of the day, there's a number one spot and it's just competitive. So then you go to that's volume what, volume three and Nostradamus. They were both kind of duds. But volume three, I forgot what he said about Nas. Oh, Come Get Me. They both have a song called Come and Get Me. So for us, we read. I don't know if we're reading too much into it, but that's what
I
we
think that was too
felt.
much. Jay wasn't. Nah, I didn't feel that way. Because I mean, just if you listen to the Jay song, I never felt like it was any subs at Nas on it. He's talking about dudes and his dudes that was trying to, try to get at him, was just hating on him. But nah, I never took from that song. That's one of my favorite Jay songs. I never took like, yo, this is Nas ever. I never felt that listening to that record. Nas is Come and Get Me. It's a little different.
So I think Nas's came afterwards because I remember it being like a
Yes,
thing, and then
LL forget it on the timeline as well. So Volume 3 comes out December of 99, going into 2000. And it's not my favorite J album, of course. Volume 3, I mean, Big Pimpin', Let's Do It Again. There was some joints on there. Come and Get Me. I love Dope Man. But before that, was it 99? Was it the same year? Bleak's album, Bleak's Permit, his debut album. What you think of that? That was direct shots at Nas. It was a response to Nas's like
but
Jay's
that
whole verse.
oh yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't know that. I don't even remember. I don't remember that. Wait, that what you think of that? What you think
So
of that?
yeah, yes, that was about Nas. Hope niggas don't think I'm a clown or something. Like I don't get down or something. Like I don't tote the 4 pound or something. Around here front like my shit don't sound like nothing. Like I ain't got the crown or something. Like whole verse, it was a play on like Nas is like. That's why I knew. I was like, oh shit. Like it was brewing, it was bubbling.
Right. So again, it was subliminal and it was slick talk, and I like that would have gone. That definitely went over my head. So, oh, I'm bugging. No. That was at Jada. Three cuts in your eyebrows, trying to wild out. That's at Jada.
That's volume 3, yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't Nas, but I'm sure we're missing something there. Then the next album after that is what? After that, I think is when Bleak really goes in.
The
Your
Dynasty.
lifestyle written.
Yeah. Bleak really was like, yeah, that was like clear, like I'm setting it.
And then I guess Nostradamus was out then. Then the Dynasty album came out. He mentioned Nas again, 93, 94, Illmatic Rock. So then after
But
that
yeah,
was the build up.
I mean, same time, that right there to me is him just paying respect. he gave respect to the Nas Illmatic drop, like all the records that were bubbling before he started bubbling. To me, that's not. This is him saluting Nas. You know what I'm saying? It was
He
listen. They're
he
dissing each other, throwing sublims, but the respect he
he
respected
saluted
him.
him on. He saluted him on. Was it What More Can I Say or Encore? We talking about the shoes. Oh, I forgot the line.
Yeah,
Doing
spots on my
fresh.
feet. Complete.
Right.
It's listen, J Lo, like it's always a respect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if the shit is dope, it's dope. Like no one's denying Illmatic. I don't care if it's Jay-Z or whoever, but even if it was beefing, you can deny Illmatic.
So as Dots on My Feet, Keep the Cipher Complete. That was like, and that was after Ether. That was after everything. So Jay-Z has no
After
problem just Jay-Z has no problem just making music. That's why he's ill. But so after the Dynasty album, then Bleak goes at Nas. Nas destroys Bleak, gets him out of the way. That was hilarious. On He responded on the bridge song, the remake.
Nostradamus.
No,
And yeah, if you want to ball till you fall. I mean, just even with that line, I mean, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
yeah,
But even with
right.
his even
Oh, I
small
don't
line
even
he
count
had on
that.
the Nostradamus joint, when a fall till you
Yeah,
fall, I can help you with that. Like we knew it was like a bleak. Nah,
right.
you ain't never
I
said
didn't.
bleak,
I
nah.
never. I hated that song so much that I don't even care for that disc. I'm glad he got on Bridge remix or the Bridge remake.
It was that album that a lot of Nas fans, super Nas fans that I know, one being my brother, dudes is like, oh, like yo, what the hell is Esco doing, man? Like dudes felt the way, like really felt the way with that album, man. Like what was Nas doing, man?
With
Like it just felt
Nostradamus.
like he lost momentum with that album. Yeah,
Yeah, with Nostradamus. Yeah, but again, staying with the timeline. Then it came down to where Jay-Z was like, all right, I got this. He's been sending subliminals at Jay-Z, at Jada and threw Beanie at him. Now it sets up to that summer 2001. Nas set it off, like I said, with the freestyle on the Clue tape. It is ill. It's a dope freestyle. We'll put it on this thing. We're gonna put it on the details.
I know the freestyle.
It's dope. And that kicked the doors wide open. Was the Bleak Nas direct? They're talking about each other. We want to see this. Fuck that. So then Takeover came out.
What,
Jay-Z
what did
performed.
what did Nas say on that freestyle?
Hard to find me, I popped up, lock, shop up. You can't be I. See, I'm eternal, not luck. You get shot up, boxed up next for the grave. Your flow is one dimensional. Your level is second grade. You on top, what? Copy and fuck, I said it first. You repeat it. Your false crown covered in dirt, defeated. Y'all niggas all hell, the king is dead. He running like a bitch with his tail between his legs.
He was talking about he was just the way he was talking about the king. You were the king with a tail between your legs. And when he said that, it was like, oh, there's only one dude claiming to be king besides you, or that we can legitimately say is claiming to be king. And then it was just like direct. But it was just the fact that he was rapping. So
Yeah,
there was a build up to that. I don't think we did the greatest job to building it up, but we like as fans, we were sitting there like, oh shit, they're going back and forth. So that was enjoyable. And then looking back on it, nothing really happened. So, and it wasn't like both sides didn't have street dudes in New York. We knew it could have gone to something. We knew that. We're just glad that it didn't, and we're glad that that we're here, and that we don't have to cry. I guess I should be happy that Jay-Z fans are crying over this loss 20 years later, and they don't and they don't have to cry about somebody dying. I think that's the consolation prize.
he lost. He lost the battle, but he won the war. Yeah, I know it's gonna annoy you. Listen,
There they
I'll be
go.
the first. I tell dudes on. I've been the first dude on Twitter amongst other Jay-Z fans, and they fought me on this. Some even blocked me. I'm like, yo, Jay took an L, man. Like, and it's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
That
Like,
was
yo,
the
it's
other
just
one
ether,
more.
man. Like, yo, you just
That was
What?
wait. That's the other one. He gets on the radio and says, "Yeah, we lost the battle, but we won the war." It was like then Jay-Z fans started repeating
And I
this, and
forgot.
I'm like, "So you read?"
I, I forgot he said that. That's just me. That's how I felt. But at that time, I felt like, damn. Unless he bounces back from this, because Super Ugly I hated Super Ugly, bro. I was so upset because I'm like, this is not how you respond to this shit. Like it just like the whole it was just it just felt awkward, man. And even he had to admit that too. Like it was just like, but
Like I said,
Blueprint 2, if he puts something like Blueprint 2 out after Ether,
I still don't think so, but the point is that every couple of years, Jay-Z fans, and he would feed him this bullshit. Lost the battle, but I won the war. Oh, so you mean you lost the diss record battle? You're giving your fans something, and it's great marketing. But it was things like that. You don't even remember that he said that, but that's where it came from. It's just so it just proves that he's like, which that's something else we could. I don't know if we want to get into that now with the LVMH deal, Ace of Spades.